we're getting a tour of the Royal Caribbean ship. So we're having a tour and we're having a lunch on board since it's here, and they're going to talk to us about sustainability.
She is, again, 24 years old, but we've been able to upgrade her through the years to make sure she meets our environmental goals and sustainability platforms. One of our key programs is Save the Waves. It's about 32 years old. It started as a program where we told guests to not throw anything overboard. And over 32 years, it's developed into a pretty comprehensive environmental management system. And one of those main pillars, and you'll see throughout this tour today, is one of the main pillars of the Save the Waves program is what we refer to as ABC, above and beyond.
On our tour, we had a conversation with the team who helps run Royal Caribbean's sustainable program. We went into the ship's engine and recycling rooms, and we had a tour of the bridge, which is so cool. Okay, this is amazing.
Welcome to the bridge. We'll see, definitely we will show you the most critical important part of the bridge. So we say it's a brain of the ship. Still have the wheel in the center of the console, normal wheel like have in your car. And no matter we say it's the same like as a boat, but bigger, slightly bigger, right? So on the bridge in here we do have the bridge, meaning it's a captain, staff captain, 3 first officer and 3 second officer. So right now, myself on the bridge with assistant of our deck cadet Sandra here on my left side, yes. It's always 2-person available on the bridge. Obviously when we enter the port, captain, staff captain, first officer, second officer is also available during the docking and undocking. But during the sea passage, it's only one officer and his assistant. The ship can operate, or you say it's driving, we don't say driving word. We operate in the ship, maneuvering the ship, but not driving. Yeah? So from 3 different places. It's from the center console, port side and starboard side bridge wing. So that's the wheel. Some of you cannot see, but actually that's wooden paint there. This is actual wheel. That's the place where we still steer. Of course, it's channeling while we approach the dock. The wheel are switching to the azimut. So right now on here, I will operate the ship from the center console by staying here. We have total capacity 5,200 people. It's not necessarily total capacity at this time present, but we can fit 5,200. It's size of the village.
Including crew?
Crew and guests together. Total occupation right on the ship. So yeah, by saying that, it's size of the big village or the town.
This was my first time on a Royal Caribbean cruise ship, and the first time that I had been behind the scenes on any cruise ship. We went on to the engine room after this and the recycling room because we were learning more about sustainability as a whole. And the bottom line is that Royal Caribbean is doing a lot to make their ships way more sustainable and decrease their waste and their carbon footprint. As one example, they've worked to increase the efficiency of their engines. They're conserving water and they're treating their water. And by 2050, they plan to reach net zero in carbon emissions, which is a huge goal. The cruise industry is also working together, including Royal Caribbean, to look for alternative biofuels that will replace the fuels that are used today. And that's directly responsible for what will help reduce carbon emissions to zero. It's really interesting that Royal Caribbean also has a dedicated officer in charge of sustainability, and that's a position that was created all the way back in 1996, which is really remarkable. Beyond the interest in sustainability, I'm really curious about this ship because I'm actually going to be cruising on it later this year, so that's kind of cool. Inside the engine control room, we had a little bit of a taste of just how complex these systems are and what they're dealing with. And one of the officers spoke to us about their work and everything that's going on here. It is a lot to take in. This is really just a snippet of everything he said. We had a good 10 minutes with him, and it is amazing what happens in this room.
How are you? On this screen I'm trying to catch some mermaids, but unfortunately I cannot see any. I'm always... I'm joking, I don't... These are the ones now, guys. These are the Fixipod, Azipod This is starboard side fixie and is missing that one. I need to change the camera. So that's the one which you can see them here live, yeah? Everything. They are electrical. So, sensors, pipes, pumps. So you have here all this, whatever you see. That guy, the big guy, is the one who's going inside. He's the one in charge of this, and he goes inside. He also skinny, see? See how skinny he is? He can go inside to check without any problem. Because he's on diet, that's why. He needs to check all the fittings, all the sensor. He needs to test the pumps because they have a bilge pump. If something water ingress.
Explorer of the Seas might be one of the oldest ships in their fleet, but it is still a huge, huge ship, and there is a lot going on here, all packed into small spaces. Next door, we went to the recycling room, and they showed us here how they're dealing with waste, how they're making sure that things are recycled properly, and everything that they can do to make sure that their footprint is as small as possible. It's a fascinating process, and it's a huge job considering there are up to 5,000 people on board. And of course, sustainability goes deeper than conservation and the environment. It's also about culture, people, and food. We had a taste of their menu, which was absolutely delicious, and we had more conversations about how all of this fits together into the big sustainability picture. If you're interested in learning more about all of this, you can find a lot of information already on Royal Caribbean's own website, which I've linked in the description below. I've also included a few other links on sustainability because I think as travelers, we all should be aware of ways that we can help and make sustainability a vital part of the industry. Well, that was really interesting. We had an amazing meal, but more than that, we actually got to see so much cool stuff on board. I've never been in the control center for a ship where the captain would normally be actually, controlling the ship. It was amazing to see the engine control room, even just to see how they're doing with recycling and everything else, and learn about their programs for basically trying to be greener but more sustainable. It's really interesting. I'm excited to be going on this very ship this October, so I'll have more on it come October. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. I'd be happy to see if I can shed any light on anything. And otherwise, check out my playlist on Grenada for more sustainability videos.